The course objective is basically an overview of what we're going to learn this semester. I have several points here. One of them is basically to understand, the first one is to identify why you want to teach. What are the main reasons? What affected you when it impacted you? We're going to learn the next bullet point deals with the history of development of schooling and the purposes as we trace it through all the way from Europe all the way to America. We're going to look at the multiple functions and roles of teachers and other personnel on school staff. We're going to look at the standards and ethics of professionalism a teacher must have, along with educational issues that are current today and that we battled in the past, along with cultural context and learning styles, social economic changes outside the classroom. And we'll sum this up. We're going to have to do and figure this out while we're doing 45 hours of observation or field work. I'll go into more details about the field work as this video goes on. It's very important that in all classes you review your syllabus. I have listed here 3 very important documents for our class. One is the class syllabus. Another one is class timeline, followed by the observation requirements. You can click on the links and you can download them in PDF version. Please take some time and review them. Remember that the timeline is a proposed timeline. It could change. I usually will send out reminders. This is a practice question. This is not part of the syllabus/orientation quiz that you'll take at the end of the class, but that questions are very similar. So remember, after you're done with this video, you still need to take your syllabus/orientation quiz. As we continue here with the communication, again, a texting and cell phone, I give it to you. It's the quickest way to get a hold of me. Don't be offended if you call me. My hours are between 10 and 2. I usually carry my cell phone, no Saturdays and Sundays. But if I'm on the phone with somebody else or in the meeting, I can't pick up the phone. I do have office hours, which you'll see in the syllabus, which I am available to you. I usually don't have meetings, but if I'm on the phone with somebody else, I can't pick it up. So if you call during my office hours or one of these 10 to 2s and you don't get a message, text me. Say, hey, this is Brent Nabors. I need some help with chapter 3. Please text me back or call me when you get a chance. So there you go, Monday through Friday, usually 10 to 2. On and off, all depends if I do have meetings, but between the hours of 10 to 2, I do have some meetings. So if I'm out and about, I won't pick it up. I can text you back sometimes in meetings. It all depends what meeting. Again, my 2 email addresses, that's my school email address, as well as my class email address, which I prefer. And below, my office is located at the Clovis Community College. It's in room AC1 upstairs. I have a map attached here. You can see, you can click on it on how to get there if you're unfamiliar with the Clovis area. And the last area we're going to deal with as it refers to communication. Again, I'm going to stress the Monday through Friday, 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock. And there's some reasons and talks about if I have people on the other phone. If you do not hear from me within 24 hours, you can assume I didn't receive the message. Even though this is 100%, this is a big one. Even though this is a 100% online course, it doesn't mean that you can't visit me. In my office. I love it. I get people all the time that drop by and say, hey, Mr. Nabors, I'm in your online class. Make sure you introduce yourself because I probably have never seen you. But say, hi, I'm Brent Nabors. I just wanted to drop by and touch bases and I wanted you to put a face to a name. That's always something you could do, and it's great for an online teacher. I'm so excited when you come in and I ask you questions and do a lot of stuff. So it's just a fun experience for both of us. So again, drop by, visit me. If you're on campus, come by during my office hours, say, hey, Nabors, you there? If you use some anti-spam program, your husband, wife have put it on, you might want to make sure that it's not blocking my 2 email addresses, because sometimes I will send out information regarding the class by email, but a lot of the times, and we're going to get to it, I'm going to use a program called remind.com that will text you. The beauty of this program is it keeps me from typing long book-like messages. So stay tuned for this video. I'm going to teach you how to do it because 90% of the communication I send out will be by text. Your textbook information is very important. First off, it is found in the bookstore by Kevin Ryan. It's Those Who Can Teach. In the bookstore, it's in a binder and it tends to be a little cheaper. There is your ISBNs. You can also purchase it online, but there's a problem. If you do not have your book here by the first quiz, I will not let you make it up. Will call me and they say, but Mr. Nabors, my book never arrived. They told me it would be here overnight. It never showed. That's not my problem, and that's probably what I'll tell you in a text or message. So if you're going to buy online, please pay for expedient delivery or do it soon before the class starts. When you're viewing Canvas on your computer, please try to use Chrome or Firefox. Don't use the other browsers. I know Mac users like to use Safari, but you're going to run into some problems. So here's what I suggest. Download Chrome, make sure it's the updated version, use it. If some videos don't load, try to do it in Firefox. I noticed that those two, Chrome and Firefox, handle Canvas, that's your learning management system, the best. Please make sure you have all your updates, Flash updates and Shockwave updates that you see on this page, and your computer should run fine. If not, please contact your instructor. After trying all that, you still do not see some videos or some other part of Canvas. Now, we're going to talk about Remind. I mentioned it earlier, but on your cell phone, you see that little white cell phone on the screen there. It says 81010. If you text that to, that's who you put in the to box, and then the subject you put at ED10 Nabors and send it, what you'll get is you'll be added to my contact list for this tool. You can also go to Remind and download it from the Apple Store and the Google Play Store. You can also sign up. It says there for emails. This is a major tool for us. I give extra credit throughout the semester. I'll send out a quiz with one question, but you need a password, and I'm only going to give it to you in this system through Remind. Now, you will notice when you log into certain areas of communication each week under, on the tools under modes or modules, sorry, you will see that I have it built in so you can also view what you might have missed. So there's several ways to see. You can see the remind.com in a feed on Canvas, which is not the best way. You can get it directly to your phone by text or by an application. But I tell you, it's safe. I don't know your cell phone. You can't really reply. We can chat through that area, which is really cool. I've been running it for the last 3 semesters, and it's been optional up to now. What happens is my students that have Remind and are using Remind, their grades usually are way higher than the students that do not. I utilize it every week. I don't kill you, and I don't send one every 2 minutes, but you're going to get 3 or 4 throughout the week, the reminders. It's a great tool. It's going to improve your success in this class. So go ahead and 81010 into to 2, and you're going to put in the subject area at ED10 Nabors, no spaces. You'll get that in. You'll get a little reminder, and then from there you can download the Remind tool as well. So remember, Remind is found in the Play Store and also in iTunes. Hopefully, during this first week, you'll get out, or you already have an idea of what school you're going to do your 45 hours in. If you don't know, start looking around, ask friends that have teachers, and see if you can go into their classes. It's very important. You can't pass the class without doing these hours. It needs to be in a traditional school, WASC accredited. If it's private, that's fine. Some of the small charter schools are fine. I do not want nursery, anything. It's got to be K and above, no pre-K. Usually done between 8 and 3. Private schools, you got to be careful. Some of them aren't accredited. They're just schools, kind of a homeschool situation. No after-school programs. You can only do 10 hours of your teaching or observation in a special education program. The reason for this is you might want to be a special ed teacher but find yourself in a regular K-12. You need to be able to see what that world looks like as well. No preschools, no college level. You can't do a community college. Hours can be from a paid position or a volunteer position in the classroom. If you're already a teacher's aide, why not use that? I will caution you to be careful about doing your kids' classroom. If they'll let you in, that's fine. Make sure you have a good understanding with your teacher. You don't want them to think that you're checking them out and see if they're a good teacher or not, because all our teachers are trying. We want to do that. I have a document that you can look over on the guidelines. If you have questions, please text, but I think I've covered most of it here that I get. 45 hours, you don't do the 45 hours, you will not pass the class. Throughout the semester, I will put deadlines. So let's say by midterm, I'm guessing here about 20 hours. I'll post, 20 hours and give you a grade based upon that. But that doesn't mean that's going to be your grade. It can improve as you go. It's just a baseline to get people to go it. It'll affect your grade at midterm, but the next week you do your hours and your grade goes right back up. I usually do it maybe, I think about the 4th, 5th week, I start giving people points based upon what they have done in the classroom, and people get all freaked out. They're like, I don't have any hours in yet. Well, that's fine. I will improve. Your grade will go up, and I will add more hours in as you do it. This is just kind of a subtle stick to get you out doing your work. Very big part of our class. Get out there. Find some people. So if you go right to the principal, sometime they're going to say, hey, you need to get a TB test, blah, 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 blah. Well, you're not going to be working with students. It's no different than a student, a teacher working or a parent working in the back of the classroom. Don't push it with them. If they're going to say you have to do it, you might want to look around, or you might want to talk to some of your friends and figure out how to do it. Because if you're getting TB test, that's going to take a lot of time. And if you're going to do that, be prepared for at least a couple days wait, or I should say a couple weeks. Just to give you a little heads up about finding your school, it's up to you to find your own school. Good things to do is to find friends that are teaching, ask them. If you go to the principal, they're probably going to have some things that you need to do. One of them being a TB test and some others that are costly. Don't want you to have to go down that road, but we'll figure out that as it goes. Remember, no observation hours. You fail the class. They have to have the full 45 hours or you fail. I don't think you need to be fingerprinted, but some schools might require it because of the principal. You might want to try another school where you don't have to do it because you're just observing like a parent would in the back of the class. It's the teacher's responsibility to take care of the class. It's up to you, though, to maintain a good professional standard. Live up to your certain responsibilities of participation when asked, your dress, your attitude, your conduct. You need to develop a professional relationship with the students if they're allowed to interact. You are not there for the teacher to babysit you. I can't stress that enough. The worst thing is to get a call from a school saying one of your students has been causing trouble during their observation time. I don't want that, and hopefully we won't have that anymore. And that concludes our orientation of Education 10. As soon as you're done here and you work through this module, you're going to see that you're going to have a quiz. It'll be inside a Canvas. This is just kind of an orientation video. Please make sure that you take that quiz. You can take this quiz only as many times as you would like until you get the grade that you want. I will average all the grades together of this orientation quiz to produce your final quiz grade for this orientation/syllabus information. Well, if you have questions, please text me or email me or call me. I hope we have a great semester. I always do. This is a great class, and students always tell me how much they enjoyed it and how much they got out of the observation time. I know right now you're thinking, 45 hours. No, it's a blast. It's probably the best part of the course. Alrighty, have a great semester.